from Abby last night, so she told me. Thank you, though. Still missing a bunch of people, even without her. Hey, baby Chandler. They're already in Google Classroom, Alyssa, so you can go ahead and get started. Still waiting on a bunch of people. Melanie today. Jordan. All right, I'll give y'all just a couple more minutes to get all your information in. So just while y'all are typing, I'll go over this part. So when you turn in your keyboarding tracker every week, and you really don't have to turn it in every week, I can still see it because once you submit it, even if you don't turn it in, I can still see what you've updated. So I go in and check that on Sunday night. So what I'm looking for each week, I'm not looking, because I know some of y'all may have missed some in the beginning or whatever, or something happened to it. So what I'm looking for each week is just the warm-ups for that week. So if you ever see a weird grade on your keyboarding tracker and you have a question about it, let me know. Because I'm only gonna, like when I look at it on this Sunday, I'm only looking for the 2 today and the 2 on Thursday. So just to make sure you've got those. So you should have 4 new entries for this week. So just make sure you're getting those done, because that's an easy 100 you don't want to miss out on. And we probably won't start doing a whole lot to it until after track out, but we are, once we get back from track out, we'll start doing using that keyboarding tracker to find, to write formulas, find the averages, find, do different charts and things like that. So we are going to use it later on. I had a lot of people get kicked out. That's what I was telling y'all that just came in. A lot of people in last class kept getting kicked out and coming back in, or they had to restart just because it's such a gloomy, crappy day. I'm about sick of this. I think the rest of the week's going to be good, but this is not fun. Oh, I think I just lost somebody. But on the plus side, when it rains, and my sweet baby girl comes and sits with her mommy because she's so sweet. God, I love this cat so much. Ugh, could eat her face off. She's so great. Did mommy talk about you? Yeah. Yes, I did. Ugh, man, I love her. The sweetest girl. All right, so y'all should be about done with your warm up and putting everything in your keyboarding tracker. On Google Classroom, I put that your presentation should have been posted before class today, and your comments on anybody else's. So I may have put some comments on yours. Like there's a couple of people that something happened during the recording, or it didn't record the whole thing, or you weren't sharing your screen. So I may have commented on some of yours. You may have to go back out there and try it again. But hey, the more you do it, the more you get used to it. So just make sure that you're sharing your screen when you do it, and make sure that watch it before you send it to make sure everything looks okay. It's only a 2-minute presentation, so if you have to do it again, it's no biggie. And I only had 11 people as of 7:30 this morning out of 19. So Mia's here. That's great. Where'd you go? There's Mia. All right, Mia, we're just going over everything. We've already done the warm-up, so you can do that later and add that to your keyboarding tracker. But we're just talking about presentations right now, the Prezzies. So as of 7:30 this morning, so if you did it after that, I haven't looked, but I only had 11 people who had done their presentation. So those were due last week. So you do have a 0 in PowerSchool if you did not do your presentation. If for some reason you did do yours and there was something wrong with it, I may have a lower grade or I may not have a grade in it at all. But if that's the case, you can still do it for credit, still get credit for it. So just make sure you get those in as soon as possible. You were also, I sent an email, I send my weekly email every week, either on Friday or Saturday. You were supposed to go in and comment on at least 3 people's presentations, so that way you would go out and look at what other people had done, because I had some really, really good ones. So I really would love for y'all to go out there and watch them. So I did not have very many comments. So that's something that I asked you to do that I do not have yet either. So you will start seeing 0s in PowerSchool for things like that. So just make sure that you get those things done. They don't take too much time, and I think it'll help you out a little bit. So that's what's going on with grades. Like I said, with the keyboarding tracker, that's an easy 100. I'm looking just for last week's information. You should have 4 entries for each week because we do 2 a day. This week, you have a 4-day weekend. All these long weekends. You guys are so lucky. And I actually get this 4-day weekend with y'all too. I don't have to have a teacher's birthday. So I'm pretty excited about this one. So I wanted to share, I know I told y'all the other day, I don't want to do motivational videos every week just because we don't have enough time. But just, I feel like maybe y'all are in a slump, maybe. And I know it's hard to, you know, find your purpose when you're sitting in front of this computer all day and you're not in my classroom with me. But so I am going to play a motivational video today, one that means a lot to me. And then hopefully that'll give you a little more, you know, it'll help your soul so you can get through this week and get everything done and not have to worry about anything this weekend. And you can have a nice long weekend. So the video that we're going to show today, and next week doesn't really affect us. We'll still have, you know, our same 2 days since we're Tuesday and Thursday anyway. So we'll still be on track even though we're missing 2 days of school. It won't mess us up too bad. And we're going to be working on our brochures. You know, we started those at the end of last week. So we're going to be working on those today and on Thursday. But before we get started, the video I'm going to play for you guys is, well, some of y'all have had me before, some of you haven't. The ones that have had me know that my family is super Marvel, everything Marvel all the time. I buy my tickets the second they come out. I'm like sitting at my computer at school, like waiting for the 8 o'clock bell to ring. So I can hit refresh and buy my tickets. We're at every single Marvel movie the night it comes out. I mean, it's just a big part of our family. It's a big part of our life. And so this weekend was really sad for us. And I mean, it's always sad when someone young passes away, but he was just such a good dude. And he was such a decent, you know, person that I feel like really had a purpose. And you may not know this, but he's a Carolina boy. He's from South Carolina. And he actually got into Carolina, my Carolina. And so he was a huge Tar Heel fan. And I'm talking about Black Panther for those of you that may not know, if you have no idea what happened this weekend. Chadwick Boseman passed away. So he was a Carolina boy. And even though he didn't go to Carolina, he did get in. He got a scholarship to Howard. So he ended up going there, which is a very prestigious school. So he just means a lot to my family, to us. And there's this video that I've watched a billion times before, you know, we knew there was anything wrong with him. But, you know, it combines my 2 favorite things, Jimmy Fallon, which I've already told you that I love, and Marvel, and Black Panther. So even if you are not passionate about movies or you're not passionate about Marvel like I am, I think this video is just super inspirational, because even if you're passionate about reading books or you're passionate about sports, or you're passionate about going outside. Whatever it is that you're passionate about, I think it's really awesome to be able to express that and to be grateful for that and to be able to tell other people what it means to you. So this video, and Jimmy Fallon does this a lot where he like surprises fans and stuff, but this video is where people are coming in to tell, they think they're making a video about what Black Panther means to them, and what it really is they're talking, but Chadwick Boseman's really standing right there, and he gets to come out and surprise them. So it's just so good. And again, I've watched it a billion times. I love this kind of stuff. And I don't know, it just makes you feel good. It's good for your soul. So we're gonna watch this video. And again, the reason, like I said, even if you're not into Marvel or movies or anything, it's really good to watch other people express how they feel about stuff like this. So, and again, I think he's just an awesome dude. So I'm gonna share my screen and my sound. Jimmy's done this a lot. He did this one other time with The Rock, and it was so good. Oh my gosh, it was so good. And then he's done it with like Chris Evans and people like that, but this one just really makes me super happy.
And whenever you're ready, go ahead and tell Chadwick what he and the movie mean to you.
Darren here, just want to say thank you so much for making Black Panther. I can't express how much it means to me and the community and my family. Thank you from the very bottom of my heart for all that you've done, for really being a hero that we really need in a time like this. Thank you so much.
Darren, I think there's something wrong with your microphone.
My king.
Oh my God.
I cannot tell you how much it means to have you step into the role as our king and be holding it with such grace and poise and joy.
That was so great. I think we should let's move in for a close-up of that. Let's get a close-up of that right there.
I actually saw it 4 times. I do have a life, but I saw it 4 times. I saw it once with my girlfriend. Also, I want to thank you for having your suit on for most of the movie, because when your chest was out, she was getting a little excited and I felt insecure, so thank you for that. And it means a lot to see a movie that's not like a black movie, but it's just a great American superhero movie with, people that look like me, so thank you.
Yo.
Okay. What's going on, bro? I'm glad that you got your muscles covered again. I'm glad that you got your muscles covered, because if you would have been all brolic and stuff, it would have been weird, because my girl would have seen it and be like, why didn't you get his number? So I'm glad.
Well, for me, as the mother of a young son, my son's childhood has been defined by Barack Obama and now Black Panther, so thank you.
Hey, that's way too much praise. Barack Obama.
No.
You're a gorgeous family.
That is unexpected.
Gorgeous for the
Thank you. Wow, what a surprise.
As a creator, as an entrepreneur of color, just seeing this movie made me realize that our stories need to be told. There's so many of us out here who are trying to create great things, and I was just so inspired as someone who wants to make movies one day and wants to inspire people that art can really change the world.
What type of movies do you want to do? What type of movies?
I didn't say anything.
My name's Kwabena Bo-Ofe. I absolutely loved this movie. You guys killed it. But on a personal note, my father is African. He's from Ghana. He's a scientist. My mother, my sisters, brilliant African-American women. So basically everything that represents me was honored in this movie. I've seen the movie twice in theaters already and once on bootleg. It was incredible. Thank you.
Wait, you gonna bootleg my movie? Come on, Kwabena Bo-Ofe.
And you got my whole name right.
Kwabena Bo-Ofe, you bootleg my movie?
H, you know, I am a Howard University student, and that is your alma mater. I am so very proud to say that a bison is T'Challa, the Black Panther. seriously, when you made your big scene, when you came out, I shed a tear. It was a big deal for me and my friends and definitely Howard University. So I just want to say thank you so much for showing us that there are avenues for us.
Ain't you? I thought you could give me my you know. Oh my God.
What?
That was fantastic.
What is going on?
I just wanted to thank you for making Black Panther for the kids. Representation is very important. It gives the kids like hope, and it gives them the confidence to say things like, hey, are you Killmonger's mama on the street when I'm going to work. I appreciate that. I thought I had a stylish haircut. You also got me to see an action movie. Didn't see that happening.
Laywood Sharp?
Oh, no.
Hello! You should work in show business. That was...
Now what am I supposed to do?
Now you're beloved. You're beloved by everybody.
I don't know if that... Oh, hey, Jimmy, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm pretty.
That's good, that's good. So anyway...
Words can't even describe what this movie has meant to me and to other Black people. And I know this is for you, Chadwick, but I wanted to take a second to thank the Black women, too, because they were so strong on their own terms and answered to no one but themselves. And I think it was so important because they weren't strong because they were angry. They weren't strong because they were hurt. They were strong because they were strong. And that meant the world to me. So thank you. Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever.
Thanks, everyone.
Gets me every time. Can't take it. All right, so let's do some work. Oh, I can't even talk about recast, Jackson. Why would you even say that? Too soon, too soon. All right, so now we can work. All right, brochures. Let's talk about brochures. These brochures are going to pretty much what you're going to include would be basically everything that you put into your presentation, just on paper. So the one thing that I want to talk about that we need to add today, we set these up on Thursday. So now what we need to do is basically I need to make sure that you know what goes in each column and basically what I'm looking for. After class today, I am going to put a couple of pictures of some examples that I have out in Google Classroom just so you can look at them. But we do need to go ahead and make our QR codes. So I am going to use QRstuff.com. That's the one I've always used. It's super easy. I'll put it out here, QR. So it's pretty easy to find, and it's really easy to use. So you only have a few steps and it'll make your QR code for you. So you do need to have your Prezi open. Even if you're not finished with your Prezi, you can still go ahead and use the QR code that you have. Make sure that you're in present mode when you copy the URL, because you don't want us to be able to, when we do print these out, whenever the real world happens again. And when we print these out, we want to be able to, we want everybody to be able to use their phone and scan your QR code and pull up your Prezi. So we don't want to have to sign in when we get to it. So make sure that you don't have it, you have it in present mode when you scan it. So all you do, I'm going to share my screen. It's super easy to make one. You just copy that URL that you have for your Prezi, and then QR stuff. So it's just QRstuff.com, and it looks like this. You choose the data type. That's your first thing. So that's the website URL. So wherever your Prezi is, you just go in and copy it. I'll just copy this video we just watched. So you just copy the URL, just Control C or right click on it and copy. And then you go back to the QR stuff generator, and then you go to step 2 and just paste it into that box. Just Control V or right click and paste. Once you do that, they want you to subscribe. You don't have to do that. They also, you could pay to have different types, made, but we don't need any of that. Just regular is fine. I think you can change, let's see. It'll give you like options of what you can do, but yeah, all you do is go back up after you put in the website address and then just click download QR code. When you download it, it says, do you want to sign up? No. And then it downloads it at the bottom down here. So it's fairly easy to work with. Well, wait on it to come up, and there it is. So once you download it, you can save it, to your computer, and you can insert it into your brochure as a picture. So it's qrstuff.com, and it automatically comes up to the data type as a website, and then you just paste your URL, and then you go back up and hit download. And then once you download it, you can insert it into your brochure, so you can have your Prezi in there. Got any questions about that now? What do you mean it won't let you log into your Prezi, Joshua?
Like every time I go in, I push like sign in with like my email. I do my school one and then I put in my password. But since like we can't get emails from anywhere else to our email, it won't let the Prezi sends me an email to like confirm it's me.
Oh. So it's your right password, but it won't let you confirm it? Are you trying to change your password?
No, so I go in, I log in, but it sends me an email. I don't know why. Or it tries to, but I can't receive it on my school account.
What if you try to log in from another computer, maybe? I don't know, maybe it thinks that there's I don't know why it would try to confirm that it's you, unless there's something going on your computer. Try it from another computer and see what happens. I mean, you don't have to do it now, you can do it later.
Try doing the sync thing, because it might automatically log you in like it does for me.
Or you could maybe try to log in on your phone. I don't know. Keep me posted. Let me know what happens. There's a couple of options for you, but I'm not sure. So Jackson said what the brochure is about. It's about your theme. So just like how your Prezi is, you're going to go through, you start out with your front flap. And remember I told you your first page is the 3 columns. The inside is another 3 columns. So it's a 2-page document. And when we set them up on Thursday, we watched those 2 videos. So they're still out there, brochure video 1 and brochure video 2. But don't forget that when you pull your paper up, this front cover, which is the main thing that you see when you fold it, that is your 3rd column on the first page. So in that first video, before she did anything, after she set up the columns and she set up the margins, and then she just went through and hit enter to go all the way across. And since we don't have the option to use Microsoft Publisher like we normally would if we were in my classroom, that's really your best option if you want to work in different columns and not go in order. So if you want to start in the 3rd column with your front cover, that's how I would do it, just because I like to go in order. But you don't have to. So just a little bit more, like when you fold it, the front cover is just going to be your logo. Your logo is definitely going to go on your front cover, the name of your business. And like this one, these people just added like little shapes just to make it a little more professional. Just any tiny little thing that you can add. It doesn't have to take up a lot of room, but anything that you can add really helps make it look a little more professional. It makes it stand out. So that would be your front cover, which, like I said, is really your third column. The back flap is a lot of times where people will put their QR code. And again, they've added shapes just to sort of fill in some spots and make it look good. They also have their contact information on the back. So this one's a really good one. There's another one that they have their hours and contact information on the back. So they chose to put their QR code on the inside at the top of the middle column. So the QR code is up to you, but just a lot of times people choose to put it on the back just because it's the easiest spot. And you can also put other photographs or pictures from the internet. So on, if you go to classwork, I have put out there under the assignment, and I have it out there, but I don't have a due date. So it's the very first assignment right now under classwork. But when you go to theme brochure, underneath there, it does have a rubric. So we're going to go over that real quick, but I just wanted to show you just sort of what you're looking at. And yeah, most of what's in your Prezi is what you'll put in here, just on paper. And I will put some examples out on Google Classroom today for you to look at. But let's go back. Let me share my screen so I can go over that rubric with you real quick. And really, I mean, the rubric, it's just more of like guidelines of what you need to have. It's a fourth period. Really, it's not a very detailed rubric. It's just, I want you to, just some of the basic things that you have to have in there. But you know what looks good and what, how you want to portray this. So, and again, I don't have a due date yet, but here's just what I have so far. I used to do business cards with the brochure, but I just, it takes up a little more time. So we're just going to work on the brochure first at this point. All right, so it's a trifold brochure. You will be completed in Google Docs. You can use a color scheme or a template, or you can just sort of color in the page under page setup if you want to. You can enter text boxes where you can go in and change the color of those as well. You have to set up your brochure just like how we learned from the video. So it does have to be landscape, and you do have to have your margins set. I would prefer that they be set at a 1/4 inch all the way around like they did in brochure video 1, but you can also do a 1/2 inch. If you do a 1/4 inch, it's just going to give you more room to work with and just makes it a little bit easier on you. You have to add at least 3 images regarding your theme to the brochure, just anything from the internet. You must add your logo on your cover flap, and then you want to utilize the information under insert. So you've got text boxes, borders and accents, word art, shapes, smart art, anything like that you can put into, a graph, anything that you can put in that will make it stand out and make it look a little more professional. There's also drop caps. You can use Justify in your columns when you're typing in your columns, just to make them stand out. They're more in a column format where they're left and right aligned. All of the sections need to be complete and filled in, and your QR code needs to be included. And again, it's a 2-page document, so make sure you enter everything in the right section, in the correct section. And then you want to research your topic, go back and look at your Prezi, so you can fill in all the information that you really need. I'm going to mute you, Jackson, because you're being loud over there. All right, so the videos are in Google Classroom Spec Cart. They are under, let me go back and look. I think they are under the word processing one. Yeah, word processing and desktop publishing. I have brochure video 1 and brochure video 2. But we did set it up on Thursday, so we set those up together. So you may have your document already out there that says theme brochure. It's okay, Katie. Just, I know everybody's a little crazy right now.
I got like where it says like I fixed like the margins, but like I didn't really get how to like make it into like 3 sections.
Okay, so
So,
3
like,
columns. So
yeah.
if you go up, let me share my screen again. If you go into a Google document, like I'll just do it on this one right now that I have open. If you go to format, you'll see the word columns right there. And then when you click on that, it'll give you the option for 1, 2, or 3 columns.
Okay, thank you.
And don't forget, you need to make it landscape. Your page needs to be set up as landscape.
Miss Warren, it still won't let me log in.
Even on your phone?
I tried it on my phone, on my mom's computer, and my mom's laptop. It won't let me.
And it still says you need to verify. All right.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Do you have another email?
Yeah.
Because I wonder if there's some way that you could get to your account information in Prezi, and then change your email. It says there's a support team that you can contact. I mean,
But wouldn't they have to send me a bunch of emails to confirm stuff?
well then, I mean, you'd have to, if you were, there's an email, it says at info.prezi.com. You may be able to contact them and just say, hey, look, I'm trying to change my email. I don't have access to this email anymore. And just sort of see, like, let me send you, I'm gonna send you the link to this page right here. It's just a Prezi support page. And when you get to the bottom, there's a box that says contact our support team. And I think you can email them. I would email them from another email and just say that you're having trouble with this email and you'd like to reset your account with a new email. I'm gonna email you this link right now though, just so you can look at it.
Okay.
I mean, just start there maybe and see if that works, because I hate for you to do it all over again, but I mean, you could possibly go in and do it again with a new email. All right, so we're gonna work on brochures today. Anybody have any questions on how to set them up? Anything like that? I'm gonna keep you in regular class today, but on Thursday, I'm gonna send out a Google form for you to hopefully sign up to fill out before you come to class on Thursday. So look around the room right now and see if there's somebody that you might want to sit in a breakout room with, because I'm gonna ask you who you might want to sit with and work with on Thursday, and I'm gonna put you in breakout rooms so you guys can work together. So look around in this classroom right now and see if there's anybody that you might want to put down that you want to work with. And I'll have that out there before class on Thursday for you to fill out. All right, I'm gonna play some music, which means I have to share my screen, but if you have a question, just yell out at me. And I'll try to keep the chat, keep checking on the chat out here. All right, where's my boring study music at? Help your brain relax.
I want to tell you a story. I used to believe that Jesus was a Catholic God, God of the Gentiles.
I imagined that Jesus.
All right, so we've still got about 12 minutes in class, so spend as much time as you can right now working on your brochure, and we'll have all next class to work on it. But again, don't forget, under Google Classroom, that video 1 is the one that shows you how to set it up and what you need to do first. I had a couple of people in the last class who had tried to put in pictures and things before they went in and hit enter so they could go across each column. So if you have some issues like that, just go back and you can just move those pictures around and then you can work from there. Probably
and I can't do anything on my brochure.
well, you might need to restart then. Hibachi, I don't know how long we're going to work on it. We're at least over the next 3 days we're working on this, maybe 4.
So how do I work on it without my Prezi?
You don't need your Prezi to work on it. You can just work, you know what you type in your Prezi, right? You can type that in your, yeah, just type that in your brochure. And it doesn't have to be everything you put in your Prezi. I mean, that just, that helps people, gives you an idea of things that you want to put, but, you can add what you want to it. Like, this one that I showed you before, the tutoring business. She had each section something different, and this may not be, like she had prices and her mission statement, things like that. So those are things that she may or may not have had in her Prezi. Questions, now's the time to ask.
What are we supposed to put on each column in the inside?
On the inside, it's up to you, but like for example, on the inside where you have like your main, where you have like the meat of what you're going to talk about. For example, for this tutoring business, she had a section on who she tutors, what subjects, and then she had a photograph. She had a photograph at the top, and then the times and how to schedule, and these were all centered. And then she had, in the third column, she had prices. Another one, look at the bakery. So the bakery had, on the inside, they had their options of things that they sell. They had baking classes that they were offering. And then I thought this was cool because you're always going to open up the middle together. Like the front page is never going to be seen as one whole page. But when you open up this one, it's always going to be all together. So they had a shape put in at the bottom, and then that went across 2 of the columns. So I thought that was pretty creative. And then they had like special events coming up. They had on the back flap or the inside flap, they had like how to order and take out. And then, the back was just their contact information. They had their QR code in the corner down here on the inside flap. So really you can set it up however you need to.
Is the second page the outside or the inside?
The second page is your inside. So the first page that you set up this is more of the easier one. This is the one, the third column is going to be your front cover, the middle column is your back flap, and then the first column is the inside flap. And if you want to, like a lot of times in class, I let people like draw it out so they can sort of see like what it's going to look like when you fold it. That might help you. Reminds me of when my son and I went to Italy with Eastwick Academy, and we did that EF tour. And there's so many churches in Italy that that are on the trip, and they're called basilicas. And when they start to run together after a while, there's just so many of them, and they would play this music would play every time we would walk into one. So it's really calming music. 1 minute left. And I know y'all have another class after this, but if you want to continue working on it today, we are going to work on it in class tomorrow, and on Thursday. And don't forget, I'm going to try to put you in breakout rooms on Thursday. So think about somebody that you might want to be put in a breakout room. I haven't done those yet, where I have to select them. So we'll see how that goes. But I will see you guys on Thursday. Hi, babies.